Here is DnD Part 2 because the holiday season is stressful and I kind of just really need an easy video that I can do. So here you go, the Part 2 to reading Tumblr post about DnD. D&D idea, an 8-ball, but it has a D20 in it, so you have to shake it, and the D20 rises out of the murky liquid to decide your fate. Good news, I found the exact opposite object. Y'all, every magic 8-ball already has and always had a D20 inside of it. It doesn't have the numbers on it though, so you can't use it for D&D. That's quitter talk. I try to jump over the gap. Roll for acrobatics. Not likely. You take 97 damage and die. Do I have to do everything for you people? 1. My reply is no. 2. Don't count on it. 3. My sources say no. 4. Very doubtful. 5. Outlook not so good. 6. Better not tell you now. 7. Cannot predict now. 8. Ask again later. 9. Reply hazy, try again. 10. Concentrate and ask again. 11. Outlook good. 12. Most likely. 13. Signs point to yes. 14. As I see it, yes. 15. Yes. 16. You may rely on it. 17. Without a doubt. 18. Yes, definitely. 19. It is decidedly so. 20. It is certain. There you go, nerds. Go fucking crazy. Welcome to the Battle-Crazed Axe Mage's Guide to D&D Classes. The Paladin, when you're kind of feeling cleric but also want to stab. Sorcerer, when you want to be a caster but you don't want to be a nerd. Bard, when you've never made a decision in your life and you don't intend to start now. Warlock, when you're not quite ready to admit you're into cryptids like that. Druid, when honestly you'd rather be on the floor petting the DM's cat, but they made you play and this is the next best thing. Fighter, when all the weird puzzle shit bores the snot out of you and you'd rather stack dice till the fighting part gets here. Rogue, when you've never solved a problem in your life and in fact have caused many, and you're just fine with that honestly. Cleric, when your friends are a gaggle of idiots with a death wish and you're the only person who's capable of saving them from themselves. I am a big nerd 99 submitted to your player said what? D&D is just math disguised as Skyrim. Well, to be fair, they're not that far off. I mean, but it could also just be math disguised as Fallout. Math disguised as One Piece. It's just kind of a vehicle to get a story going and just have fun with your friends. Did you know ancient Egyptians were using 20-sided die as early as 200 BCE? I can't believe ancient Egyptians were fucking nerds. Imagine ancient Egyptian D&D though. You have crossed into the underworld and have encountered Anubis. You give him your heart to weigh. I roll to bluff. You want to bluff Anubis. You cannot bluff Anubis. He's a god. He has a godly sense motive check. I want to bluff the scales. You want to bluff the scales. Yup. You know what? I'll allow it. Ha! Not 20. The scales, for some fucking reason, think your heart is lighter than the feather. Anubis is pretty sure you're bullshitting him, but you know what? Anubis has had a long day. Anubis is not going to question scales. You're in. I roll to pickpocket Anubis. No! Honestly, Kingdom Hearts plays like a D&D game that got really out of hand. I'm gonna let y'all visit Disney Worlds in this homebrew. Can we use Final Fantasy II? I mean, I guess? Gosh, I want to be Goofy. I mean, strange request, but I guess I can homebrew up a race sheet for Goofy. Is he a dog? I mean, I want to be Donald Duck, but like a wizard and no pants. I'm gonna create serious RPG characters with linked backstories and shared motivations based on their home island. What the fuck, guys? The phrase, "no amount of skill will protect you from the sheer luck of a chronic dumbass," popped into my head, and if that ain't a big mood, I don't know what is.
Dungeons and Dragons, a summary.
A quick guide to D&D languages. Common. Do you know where the bathroom is? Orcish. Do you know where the bathroom is? Elven. Hello, where is your most discreet bush? Dwarven. I'm building a bathroom. Would you like one? Abyssal. Tell me where the fucking bathroom is, you fucking bastard, or I'll tear your teeth out with my bare hands. Infernal. Hello. I own your bathroom. Celestial. Yea, and verily do I say unto thou in the name of the Lord, that thou shalt tell me of your bathroom, my child. Sylvan. The first is an action for dresses and skirts, the second a word you have already heard, the third is a lurker in front of all four, the fourth where water flows behind a door. In whole I'm relief, but not from your pain. This is my story, but what is my name? Goblin. Lurk behind a rock, hiss and throw toilet paper at the person. Go back to lurking. The romantic mercenary. I'll kill anyone. For the right woman. Kind-hearted bandit. Cough up your coin. If you got any to spare, that is. I know times are tough. I'm here for you. Gnomish New Yorker. Oh my god, they hit the twin mushrooms. Oh my god, it's 9/11. How the fuck are there two 9/11 jokes in this two-parter? What? Hypothetically, if you were to modify a D&D campaign and make it more conducive to running a magical girl campaign, what would you change? Honestly, if your plan is to run your magical girl fights Final Fantasy Tactics style, and if it's not, why on earth would you go with Dungeons and Dragons for magical girls? You could probably use 4th edition exactly as written. Like, crack open the Player's Handbook 3 and give the Seeker write-up a once-over, and tell me you don't instantly get a vivid mental image of what that class's magical girl outfit would look like. A terrible idea. A no good, very bad idea. Tarot D&D. It's D&D, but you replace the dice with tarot cards, and the DM has to interpret the results by symbolism instead of numbers. Ooh, my friend proposed an idea similar to this. Cards Against Humanity D&D. It's basically the same concept, but instead of tarot cards, you use Cards Against Humanity cards. As she put it, perception check. Bees? Bees?! That sounds absolutely horrendous. Your friend should be very proud. Okay, so I've never played D&D, I want to though, but I know about the whole bard thing, and they perform magic through music, right? So obviously it makes sense that they all have lutes and lyres because, you know, medieval, but just imagine, someone gets fucked up and your bard just pulls out a fucking saxophone and plays Careless Whisper until they're better. Or they have this giant sack on their back and no one knows what's in it until there's a magically locked door and they say, "Oh, I have a spell for this," and they just whip out a whole tuba. Just like, hold on, gotta play an E-flat scale real quick. Like, that's hilarious to me. I now want to force my my bard to use a tuba at some point. That'll be awesome.
This take isn't it. People have invested blood, sweat, and tears into this system, and asking them to blithely to pack it up and leave is the same kind of callous thinking that, in other situations, got us the Trail of Tears. They'll be fine on this other land, and we want this one.
This, more than anything, exemplifies why D&D is the marvel of tabletop. It seeks to create the same consumerist brand as identity relationship so that people even gently suggesting you try another game is tantamount to genocide. Being a DM in D&D is like, Google, good puzzles for toddlers. Wow! That's some rude attitude, OP! I apologize for lashing out. One of my players threw themselves in acid after they were fully aware it was in fact acid. I did not and still do not know how to deal with that. In the very first D&D game that I ever played, our party was standing right outside the entrance to a dungeon. Part of the area was covered in a red energy field. Inside the red energy field, all of the grass was dead, and right on the border between the area inside the energy field and outside of it, there was a collection of dead animals, insects, and other forest creatures. As we watched, a little bunny came hopping up, hopped into the red energy field, and the moment that it entered the field, instantly dropped dead. Guess what one of our players decided to do next? Take a wild fucking guess.
I've never been to Las Vegas, but I love it in concept because it sounds so made up. Imagine if you were reading a fantasy novel and they were like, smack in the middle of a deadly, inhospitable desert, there is a glittering city of indulgence and lawlessness and cheap sin that has specifically engineered itself to obfuscate your sense of time and keep you there as long as possible. Oh, while they take all your valuables, you'd be like, yeah, that's some wizard shit.
Places to add to my next D&D campaign. Las Vegas. Hey, if a dwarf gets lycanthropy, does it turn into a were-corgi? A reasonable question that the DM did not see fit to answer. Wow, that's the last one? Damn. This is a short one. Short one to go out on. It's kind of like, what's the phrase? Going out with, a hiccup. Like, from How to Train Your Dragon. Although he went out with a bang. I mean, he ended up having kids. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.